Hey guys, Sam here from Enigma Chronicles. I hope you are having a fantastic week, wherever in the world you may be. In this video, we've got 50 interesting, fun, and utterly bizarre geography-related facts. Now, if you're watching this video, then chances are you are interested in geography, and therefore you may already know a lot of these facts. But hopefully, at least a few of them may take you by surprise because they certainly did for me. Alright, without further ado, let's get straight into it. 1. 90% of the world's population lives in the northern hemisphere. 2. Parts of Canada are to the south of Detroit. 3. Russia is so big that it is home to 11 different time zones. 4. Despite being just 2.4 miles apart, the Diomede Islands have a 21-hour time difference between them. 5. Most studies place the total number of human beings who have ever lived at around 60 to 120 billion. Since the world population right now is around 8 billion, the percentage of humans who have ever lived and are alive today is around 10%. 6. Rome is further north than New York City. 7. Africa could comfortably fit most of the US, India, and China within its borders. 8. The continent of Asia has more surface area than the entirety of the moon. 9. There are more people living within this circle than outside of this circle. 10. The largest city by area in the world, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, is almost half the size of France. 11. While pretty much no one who lives in Alaska can see Russia from their house, if there was a bridge between the two landmasses, it would take less than an hour to drive from one to the other. 12. Point Nemo is the most remote point on Earth, 1,000 miles from any land in any direction. The closest people to Point Nemo are astronauts on the International Space Station whenever they pass by, 258 miles away. 13. Saudi Arabia does not have lakes, rivers, and areas abundant with natural vegetation because of no rainfall. 14. China has 102 cities with a population of over 1 million. Just for reference, the US has just 10. 15. By the year 2100, Lagos, Nigeria, is predicted to reach a population of around 88 million, more than the entirety of Germany today. 16. If the entirety of Scandinavia was a city, it wouldn't even make the top 10 most populated in the world. 17. At 132,000, India is home to the largest capacity sports stadium in the world, the Motera Stadium. 18. There are roughly 2 times more kangaroos in Australia than people, at 50 million and 25 million respectively. 19. Papua New Guinea is the country with the most languages in the world, with 852 living languages. 20. The Netherlands is the tallest country in the world. The average 19-year-old man stands at 183 centimeters, while women of the same age are typically 172 centimeters. 21. On the other hand, the smallest country by height in the world is Indonesia, at 163.5 centimeters for men and 153 centimeters for women. 22. By an absolute country mile, Russia has by far the most forest area in the world at around 12 million kilometers squared. Brazil is in second place with around half of that. 23. Suriname, however, has the most percentage of its land covered in forest, at a remarkable 98.3%. 24. The Democratic Republic of Congo is widely considered to be the richest country in the world regarding natural resources. Its untapped deposits of raw minerals are estimated to be worth in excess of 24 trillion US dollars. 25. The Welsh flag has been ranked as the coolest looking flag in the world. 26. For more than a decade, Tokyo has maintained the accolade as a city with the most starred restaurants in the world, with its 226 Michelin star restaurants split between 11 3-star, 47 2-star, and 165 1-star. 27. This one blew my mind. Out of every country on Earth, Sweden has the most islands at around 222,000, followed by Finland with 188,000. Only 4 of Africa's 54 countries have a McDonald's: Egypt, Mauritania, Morocco, and South Africa. These 4 countries have about 387 McDonald's restaurants combined, which is fewer than 393 in Mexico alone. At 424, New York City has the most subway stations in the world, followed by Shanghai with 369. Pyongyang, North Korea, is home to the world's tallest unused building, the Pyongyang Hotel. This pyramid-shaped building stands at over 1,000 feet tall. Created in 2011, South Sudan is the world's youngest country. It gained independence from England and Egypt in 1956, and then in 2011 became its own nation, so it's gained independence twice in its life. Wellington, the second largest city in New Zealand, is the world's most southern capital. On the flip side, the world's northernmost capital city is Reykjavik in Iceland, a city of around 350,000 inhabitants. The English Channel is the busiest shipping lane in the world. Each day, more than 500 vessels cross the 350-mile-long English Channel, a critical route in the European shipping network. Overtaking New York City recently, Beijing is the city with the most billionaires in the world, at around 100. London, England is the city with the most five-star hotels in the world, at around 75. Next is Dubai with around 61, at around 227 megabits per second. Singapore has the fastest broadband in the world, and South Korea has the fastest mobile internet at around 121 megabits per second. Norway has the largest plug-in segment market share of electric new car sales in the world, at around 74.7% in 2020. Vatican City is both the smallest city and country in the world, at 0.49 square kilometers. Kiribati has the highest smoking rates in the world, at 52.4%. 13. As with many other countries, smoking is lower among women than it is among men. More than 200 people die in Kiribati every year from tobacco-related causes. As of the time of making this video, there are 557 cities with more than 1 million inhabitants. With 229 million, Indonesia is the country with the most Muslims in the world. Around 12.7% of all Muslims live in Indonesia. There are 36 nations in the world that do not have a military. Their national police forces do kind of act as a military, however. Andorra, Iceland, and Costa Rica, to name a few. China has the highest electricity consumption in the world, at just under 6 trillion kilowatt-hours. The US is second, at just under 4 trillion. Altogether, the size of the population of China is larger than nearly 4 regions combined: South America, Europe excluding Russia, the US and Canada, and Australia and New Zealand. Israel has the highest percentage of vegans globally, with an estimated 5 to 8% of the entire population being vegan, an estimated 400,000 people and growing. At the time of making this video, El Salvador is the only country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Let's come back to this video in 10 or 20 years and see how many other countries have followed in El Salvador's footsteps. My guess is quite a lot. Nearly 1 in 1,500 people in Japan are now aged 100 or older, around 80,000 in total. The numbers show that women in Japan are far more likely than men to live for a century or more, making up 88% of all centenarians. Pittsburgh, the city of bridges, has the most bridges in the world, with 446. More than the likes of Venice, Italy. Finally, it is predicted that roughly 8 out of 10 people in the world will live in Asia or Africa by the year 2100. So there we have it. 50 hopefully interesting geography fun facts. Did any of these catch you out or take you by surprise? There were certainly at least 10 which really took us by surprise. Do let us know in the comments section below which facts you enjoyed the most. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to drop a like. It really helps out. And if you love this sort of content and learning about cities and countries from around the world, then consider subscribing. It is completely free, and we've got so much more to come. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you very soon in the next video.